Hello, it's Nezo. It's a bad shop. My allergies are not cooperating today, so apologize for the facial expressions, swollen eyes and stuff. It's about, what, 2:30 I think, on my cell phone? 2:23 p.m. It's Friday, awesome. And I'm just in the bad shop doing things. Got another unbox to come to you. I'll move my chair out of the way. And it's a kit that recently released. I mean, very recent. People got their hands on them maybe not even a month ago. It's from a manufacturer that only really jumped in for a two-wheel drive drift car, a serious. It was a good day until I screwed that up. A serious two-wheel drive drift car. They have several other cars, chassis, along their history, but they're mostly conversion cars. Until now, this is the Yokomo YD-2 Plus. Not only just the YD-2, but the Plus version. I got really lucky and was able to get in and on a early order. Got it through Banzai Hobby, and I actually just received it today. Pardon me for my nose. Yes, so it's the YD-2 Plus. I literally, like I said, just got it today. It showed up earlier this morning, and I've been staring at the box ever since. It's brand new. It's not even been opened, of course. It's sealed, official Yokomo seal. And there's been a good amount of hype about this chassis, particularly because it's a low center of gravity, where a lot of drift cars, chassis, and tuners were trying a high center of gravity, putting the motor or battery up as high as possible in the car. Give you an idea of what the thing looks like. There's a side view of the chassis. Very, very low CG. Everything is low down like a touring car. And I can tell you, I've driven the plastic version of this car. It's epic. In my opinion, it's better than the FXX-DS out of the box with no tuning. My FXX-DS that I own is, well, it's not really stock anymore. It has a couple of upgrade parts on it. But even so, when it was mostly plastic, it was pretty darn good car for the money. So this car is roughly, the Plus version's more money, but the plastic version, which I might get a chance to unbox, check out another day, is roughly the same price point as the plastic MST-FX. This car's a little bit more money, but not that much more. It was, for me, Canadian, shipped and landed and actually cash on delivery and everything. It was actually under $600. It was about, rough calculation thing, but it was about $560 for me. Price may change, but this is in Canadian dollars, and I was lucky enough to get a good deal. So, yes, and of course my nose is running, so let me just jump off camera really quick, blow my nose. That's better. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me doing that the whole time. Try not to do that very much. Anyways, YD-2, it's epic. I love it. There's on the back that you can actually see the two versions of the chassis. This is the one I got, the Plus, that has the carbon. Now really, this Plus version, the only major differences that you get between the plastic and the graphite, on the Plus one you get carbon upper deck, carbon lower deck. I say graphite, carbon, graphite. It's carbon. Carbon upper, or carbon lower, and aluminum shocks, and that's it. That's really only the extra bits you get, as far as I've understood. I'll know more when I dive into some more research and stuff like that, and actually do some more reading, although I've done quite a lot of reading. As far as I can tell, the chassis bits and the aluminum shocks are all that you get. I can tell you, I was helping a friend put the plastic one together. The plastic shocks are very good. I like them a lot, and they're very smooth, so that's good. And just give you a little idea of how well this car did in competition when they were sort of testing it and stuff. At the 2016 World Championships, which I followed, it was about a week-long event. It was proper. I'd love to go to it. It was held in the Netherlands by the D110 people. This chassis cleaned house. It friggin' podiumed. Basically, the YD-2 locked out the podium. 1, 2, and 3. All those drivers driving the YD-2 So after that, they decided, okay, the car must be good enough to release, and I would agree with them. This is the man who was the series designer, the YD-2 designer. He ended up 3rd place at the World Championship, so that tells you what you need to know about that. In case you were wondering, who is on the front here, that's Diego Saito. He is a proper drifter, as you notice. Sunoco on the side of this JZX. You may remember a video that went up. I think it was Von Gittin Jr. is chasing a Lamborghini drift car, and that was his. Gives you an idea of who that guy is. So he's pretty cool. Anyways, aside on the other sides of the box, that's the rear of the car. The rear of the car. On this side of the box, you can see this says 1708. I wonder if that's the actual batch number. I'm going to find out. So in that case, mine would be number 1708, I guess. Yes. Nose is running slightly again. Let's see. The only other major difference besides what so I was pretty much right except for one thing. So you get aluminum shocks, yes. You get carbon chassis, upper, yes. Lower, yes. And aluminum suspension mount. Ooh. I'm not entirely sure which. That doesn't mean shock tower, I don't think. I gotta find out. Anyways, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna leave you with a shot of the box. I'll go blow my nose again because I don't know. Not cooperating today. I also don't want to blow my nose right in front of the camera, so you have to listen to that. That's terrible. Anyways, I'm going to cut this thing open, and we're going to unbox this right here, right now, of course. Pardon me. Here is the knife. Slice. Alright. Now, I'm probably going to build this car later tonight, hopefully, and then that will be fun. But right now, we're going to do the unboxing, and we're going to see all the wonderful bits. I have already had a chance to look inside the box of what this comes with, but that was the plastic version. This is the plus, and I'm very excited because I've actually never built any Yokomo car from scratch. I almost built a basic kit, but I ended up selling it recently. This, though, should be a treat. Anyways, let's check it out right now. Shall we just dive in here for a second? Fresh car kit. Yes. Not only that, it's a Yokomo car kit. So, right, let's do this. First, I see a bumper. Yes, that's a bumper. Then I see a bag of damper oil. And from what I can tell you, this is number 300 and 200 Yokomo oils. I believe the lower number is softer. Hot tip, my friend Leo Z, who runs Cosmo RC, he told me that on his plastic, he decided to swap the oils around. I can't remember which way it goes. I think it said 300 in the rear, 200 in the front, and he swapped them. So I'll have to double check that, report back. But he swapped the oils for a slightly different tune. Works just as good. So anyways, I see here, bag number 10. There's the oil damper bodies, shock bodies. Ugh, looks so good. Very nice. And we have, quad hole pistons. I think on the plastic ones they're triple hole, I think. Gonna have to double check. Those are quad. So that's very nice. And now I feel a sneeze coming on, which I'm not sure if it's gonna actually happen, or it's just gonna sort of pass through my nasal passage and make my eyes water, which it kinda is. So while that happens, you continue to look at all the parts and stuff while I wipe my eyeballs. Just trying to figure out what the heck's going on with my sinuses. Yeah, I'm gonna have to blow my nose again. This is terrible. Anyways, you keep looking at the box for another 2 seconds while I blow my nose again for the 50th time. Lord. I was actually trying to get through this without blowing my nose, but whatever, this is bad shop and this is how it goes. So, next, Looks like more shock parts, wheel hubs, and toe bits and stuff. Right on. What I can tell you is I have opened, actually, well, not opened, but when I was assembling the shocks for a friend's car, the Yokomo YD-2, the fit and finish of the parts was quite good. Pretty much on the level of Tamiya, is what I would say. When I build this, I'll make my own assessment as I build through the whole kit, but the way the shocks went together and the smoothness and everything, it showed me the fit and finish and the quality of the parts were quite good, even for the plastic, so that's good to know. Now, I'm going to go with this bag over here, which has many, many bags inside of it. Looks like a rear diffuser, body clips, more parts for the rear diffuser, front bumper, shock tower. Yeah, those are plastic shock towers, the body posts, etc. Put those there. Diving a little further in, bag number 12 it looks like. This is the battery holders and the upper carbon deck. Sweet. Now, I can tell you, because I saw it with my own eyes, the way it works, these battery holder bits, they are sized for standard size LiPo and shorty LiPo. Not only that, these holes here, they're positioned accordingly for your bullet connectors, which is brilliant. Somebody, Yokomo, they think, they really put the R&D into this, and every time we were looking at it the other week, my friend Leo and I, we've been discovering little things like this that we hadn't overly noticed right away, and we're just blown away by all the little things that Yokomo thought of like that. So it's going to be very interesting over time when third-party manufacturers start making option parts and stuff like that for this car, because I have no clue what the heck they're going to dream up, since this has quite a lot of innovative and really well thought out things about it. Pardon me, my nose is not cooperating again, but that's okay. We will persevere. So that's that stuff. That was really good. Even if you don't run bullets, you can still run the battery cable out the end of the thing, as the stoppers are not all the way. Still good. Now, the way Yokomo packages this, it looks like bags 1 through 10 are all in one giant bag, so without cracking this all open entirely, because that's just a lot of bags of stuff everywhere, we will just sort of look at what we can see. Now, actually, I see a bunch of tools in there. That's good. Yokomo gives you some nice tools to work with. Allen keys and stuff. Well, there goes my nose again. I can see suspension parts, ball bearings, and those are all the Yokomo ball cups, curved ball cups. Ooh, cool. That's new. Yeah, nose is running pretty good now. What else is in there? Pretty much most of the rest of the car. There's the Diff, which is a gear diff, and it runs this thick oil. I believe it's number 1000 oil. It's almost like grease. And it makes this gear diff feel like a ball diff, because I felt one of them in real life. So that's going to be good. It pretty much turns the rear end of the car into like an LSD sort of feel with that gear diff in there. So it's not a lock spool, which is what we've been seeing a lot of in the drift game. So my theory and understanding of the gear diff with the liquid in it is it's supposed to, or liquid, I say liquid, it's grease. Pardon me. Nose break. And yes, I blow my nose loud, and I know it, but if I don't do that, I'd never get the stuff out. Gross, you don't want to know that. What you do want to know is the ball bearings on this car are these and these things. There was a video released, maybe, I think not even a week ago. Someone was showing off the quality of the bearings in the YD-2. So they had their car on a car stand, they took the front wheel, mashed it, like made it spin ridiculously, and the thing spun for well over 3 minutes, smoothly. So that's really good, and for a basic, what looks like a basic non-shielded ball bearing, that's pretty good stuff. So I am definitely going to test that once I get mine installed, make sure I put some oils in them around them as well so they can really be smooth. Ooh, look at that. That is an aluminum toe block. Maybe that's what they meant by aluminum suspension mount. It's the actual toe blocks. That's cool. That's a bonus. So 4 things total. Upper deck, lower deck, aluminum shocks, and aluminum suspension mount, as they call it, which to me is the toe block. Yeah, so without digging really deep into this, that's pretty much it. I'm really excited to build it, and I've actually, like I said, I had actually built a little bit of a kit for a friend, so that's going to be exciting. What we haven't looked at yet is here's the instructions, which, from what I looked at a friend's, were actually quite well done, and, that's even more bits. Now, Yokomo being Yokomo, the instructions actually are in Japanese. But I'm half Japanese. Can't read Japanese, never took it, can't speak it, read it, or write it. All I can say is hello, how are you, and goodbye. Which is konnichiwa, hajimemashite, and domo arigato. Which, actually, that's thank you, not goodbye. Goodbye is arigato, so that's exhausted my Japanese. Now, as you can see, this is all in Japanese, but the pictures are very well done, and they do things like this, where they show you exactly which hole to do if that doesn't make entire sense to you. Not only that, they number the sequence most of the time, so in this case, do that first, do that second, and do that third. Sometimes we try to jump the gun, and then, why doesn't this work, or why did it explode or break? That's why. You gotta do stuff like that. So even though this is in Japanese, you can fully appreciate the graphics that are done. They are on the level of Tamiya, which is very, very good. Like, look, even like here, see? Go 2mm below, but they show you what they're saying. Put it in there, but this is what we're looking for. So, stuff like that, which is good. Yokomo, good honor for that. You may notice my nose is running again. I don't know if you can see it. It's definitely running again. As it's running and I wipe it, this is the theme throughout this video. Lord. You see the YD-2 carbon chassis, which is quite good looking, I would say. Let me get it out here. Lord, don't worry, we're almost done. Look at that. That is some chassis plate. That is very nice. All countersunk on the bottom. And you can see most of the holes are down the center for where all the mounting is going to go and all the weight. This is going to be the underside, and it's beautiful. Look at that. That is well done. That is some chassis. I am impressed. I like it. Yokomo carbon. And that's pretty much it. Except for my runny nose, which hasn't stopped yet. And I do apologize for that, because this is not a common theme. Nobody wants to watch me wipe my nose, so let's not do that. Good Lord. And I took an allergy pill today. I don't know what it's doing in there, in my inside of me. Anyways, there is a few things left. Not very much. This is... Ooh, look, stickers. Ooh! Okay, so we have... Oh, look at all this cool... Look at all this stuff you get. Additional notes for the gyro mount. That's going to be important. Something in Japanese I simply can't read. I'm going to have to get someone to translate that. Yokomo mailing list. Maybe I'll jump on that. Except I can't read the card to fill it out. I'm gonna have to get some help. Ooh, Yokomo stickers. Look at that. Not only that, the YD-2 sticker. YD-2. Sick. Yeah, that's going on a body or something. And aside from that, what else do we have over here? Oh, my nose. Oh my god, it's like running down my face. Oh, this is terrible. This may be one of the most drippy-nosed videos I've ever done. But nonetheless, we are pulling through. Okay. Now, you get a YD-2 setup sheet, and this particular one is a blank one. Is it? No, it isn't. Is this the Yokomo... Doesn't say. It just says July 27th. This was created for indoor asphalt flat track on a medium traction scenario. So, anyways, you get a setup sheet that has pre-done settings, probably by a Yokomo factory driver, probably by the guy who won the World Championships. I'm going to find out. It doesn't say, but I'm going to find out. Not only that, I was told you get a blank setup sheet as well, so you can make your own. I don't know where that is, but I'm going to find out, unless you use that as your own. My local buddy Cosmo Leo Z, he created a YD-2 setup sheet for that Cosmo track, so I may have to refer to that. You get a cool drift body selection for Yokomo bodies, and they're pretty nice bodies, the Yokomo bodies. So that's cool to look at, to put that on my wall. Oh, it's double-sided. Nice. So that's something to look at. And then, to finish everything off, my nose is still running, literally now out of both nostrils, like Niagara Falls. This is... Oy, oy, oy. I'm going to have to go have a shower after this. Oh, okay. So the very last thing, parts list. Awesome. Very good. I appreciate it. The only problem is every part on the description is in Japanese. I don't blame them. It's a Japanese car kit. But, actually I was about to say they could have thrown in the English versions, but I just realized I'm like an early adopter here, so I'm just getting Japanese. And you know what? I'm okay with that. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to have to ask somebody when the English versions of these are coming out so I can download them, hopefully in PDF format, so I can have them. But if I do need parts, I have all the part numbers right here, which is very handy, so that's good. Not only that, the other day I was browsing the internets. There's the bad shop. I was browsing the internets on Facebooks and so on, and I came across someone's post where they had posted about 8 to 10 parts that are compatible Yokomo parts that already exist that will work with the YD-2. Some of them came from one of the touring cars, and one of them came from the buggy, so that will be interesting. I'll have to compare and figure out what is what, and whether they're going to be looked at as an option or just as compatible replacement part. Nose is still running. It's actually gotten really bad now because some of it's coming out of my eyes. My eyes are watering. Oh god, this is terrible. Okay, one more time. I swear this is the last time I'm blowing my nose this video. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Wipe my eyeballs because I can't see. Holy cow. If this video becomes popular, it won't be because of the YD-2 Plus. It'll be because I can barely get through it without seeing or breathing. I apologize for the look. It's hideous. It's terrible. This is just... Oy. I'm going to have to go have a shower. Anyways, this is the Yokomo YD-2. It's awesome. It drives great. The carbon version I have not driven yet. I've driven the plastic version. So by going by the plastic version, if it's epic, this should be just as good, if not better. Very excited. Check your local dealers. Sorry about that handling. Check your local dealers to see when you can get one. I heard the next batch of these will be available mid-September, I think. Either it's going to be the first week in September or mid-September. I've heard the 5th, the 9th, the 13th. I've heard several dates. The last one I heard, I think, was the 5th. That may have been the most updated. Could be wrong. It might change. We'll know soon. But anyways, mine will be built soon, and then I'll have some thoughts on it, maybe make some more videos, some onboards, some whatever else. I can tell you now, I won't do a build video because that's not my style. It takes too much time for me, and even if I made one, I wouldn't edit it, and it would be 5, 6, 7 hours long, and you'd be watching me crank screws at a very, very slow pace, so none of that. But anyways, please, thoughts, comments, if you own a Plus already, tell me your thoughts, maybe setup tips, or build tips, or just want to discuss it, or if you have any questions for me or about this car, be happy to answer them, because I've driven it a good amount at my local track, and excited to build it. I've always loved Yokomo. I've had Yokomos in the past, not too many, but I've had a few. The current other Yokomo I own right now is the Wrap Up Next Nervous Conversion Kit for the DP. Awesome. Just need to tune it a little more, but I think already out of the box this YD-2 will blow that out of the water. So we shall see. So anyways, like, comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts, let me know what you think, share your YD-2, share your ride, and yeah, I'm gonna go fix my face now, so toodaloo, arigato!